It's time again for the Skinny on Beauty, the one show where beauty, art, and technology collide. With your host, the big collider herself, Cheryl Hawley. I don't know what that means, Cheryl. But
it's okay. It's Friday.
Friday.
We're off to a little late start here, so we're having fun in the studio without you guys.
That's it.
Welcome to another episode of the Skinny on Beauty, everyone. I'm your host, Cheryl Hawley. Thanks so much for joining us. Today, we have an exciting line of production for you today with how to curate social content for your fashion show. Today, my guest is Rosemarie Macklin with SI Mee Collections. We're going to be discussing how do you decide what photos to post during a fashion show. Do you think location matters? And what to do with live video? How does that work? And what are some of Rosemarie's tips? I am a digital marketing expert for beauty, wellness, and fashion brands, consultant, professor, and social media influencer. You can contact my company, Unite Socially, about how we can help you increase brand awareness and bottom line results. Or you can follow me at Skinny on Beauty to connect with my lifestyle and other successful entrepreneurs in our industry. In this podcast, we offer up digital marketing tips for you to live more successfully, inspiration to live your dreams through personal development, business, and tools to be a prosperous entrepreneur. As I mentioned, today's guest is Rosemarie Macklin. We will be discussing how to curate social content for your fashion show. Rosemarie Macklin is a proud Jamaican woman from the busy city streets of Kingston, where fashion was an everyday aspiration. Rosemarie is a fashion designer and owns a boutique called SI Mee, located in Las Vegas, Nevada. She strives to design garments that can be worn by women who want to make statements, women who are not afraid to make changes. Her designs are sought out through many avant-garde stores across the world. SI Mee Collections is a brand for women who make things happen. Welcome, Rosemarie.
How are you?
Hi, Rosemarie. I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for having me on your show today.
Oh, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day. I know Fridays can be sometimes the busiest day of the week. And Rosemarie is actually not in the studio, as you guys can all see. She is calling in today from Las Vegas, Nevada, on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little.
The weather is lovely.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
And I said the weather in Las Vegas here is lovely.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, you know, it's been a while since I've been out there, but I know that you're having an event here soon, so we'll talk about that at the end of the show. Maybe I'll make it out.
Wonderful.
So tell us a little bit about, before we get into the SI Mee Collections, which everybody, just so you know, SI Mee, you can follow them on Instagram or like them on Facebook. It is SI, next word is Me, M-E-E, and then Collections. So SI Mee Collections. Tell us a little bit about how, Rosemarie, you were inspired by seeing your mom and your aunt dress up in the 70s when you were a little girl.
Oh, my goodness. Well, my mom and my aunt back then were the most amazing party-going, trend-setting influencers of their time, I would say. And so they would sort out designs from all over Europe. We lived in Nottingham, and we lived in London. So a lot of their clothes came from boutiques from Paris, from Rome, and whenever these women were getting dressed, it was literally, we were children just sitting there looking at them saying, when am I going to grow up and I can dress like them? Can I put on makeup like that? Can I dress like this? And as soon as they left, we would put on their shoes, their clothes, their dress, and that was my inspiration, just to watch these women just revel in the beauty of fashion.
That's so awesome to be able to grow up. And I mean, I remember, when I was a little girl and I always, want to play in my mom's makeup bag, but I didn't have like the whole elaborate, divas around me to really inspire a whole bunch of fashion. So I love that you had that upbringing, and it actually it set a mindset for you, it sounds like, because I know in high school you used to kind of daydream about, fine art and the Renaissance era and like where fashion and style were at the highest importance. Tell us about like those days and
Well,
if they had like a turning point for you with your passion for fashion.
I sure did. Thank you. Well, what actually inspired me more than anything else is that my favorite class in studies was history. And, just being from Jamaica, basically to understand British history and where a lot of culture, the division of culture and things came from, it was always like I would daydream looking at these books and these encyclopedia through school and college and just like, wow, these things never happened in Jamaica. These things never happened here. And so it kind of gave me, I would fall almost into my own Pandora box of imagery of these people, imagery of their clothing and design, because that's to me is how you basically put a picture together. You kind of dress the person, you kind of see how they live, their lifestyle. And basically, I would, literally just enjoy the art of watching and thinking about costumes and designs, because the clothes are all period pieces. Every different century and every history has a different fashion trend, and at that time it doesn't seem like a fashion trend, but now as things and in this era we look back and all of their designs were just amazing fashion trend. And I love the Renaissance era because to me that was just beauty. That's when people all came together in fabric and music and understanding how powerful the art of design and garment were. So to me the Renaissance era is just like it tops it for me.
Now, I know you get you go, as I mentioned, to a lot of avant-garde stores and you get a lot of your inspiration from this era. Now, does that hold true for every single piece that you design for SI Mee Collections? Which, by the way, let me back up real fast to everybody. SI Mee Collections is a swimsuit cover-up line. So you can, if you haven't checked them out already on Instagram, because I know how busy our fingers can get, let me mention that real fast. But tell us about, the inspiration behind each of, the swimsuit cover-ups.
Well, first of all, I'm really inspired by making sure that I address every woman's body imagery issues. By when I design a piece of cover-up, I first of all have in mind, like, what is she trying to conceal at this moment? What is she trying to reveal at this moment? And what type of event is she going to? Is she going to be the diva? She wants the bright colors. She has, she wants the low cut back. She wants the, the cleavage exposure. I kind of have a relationships with the clients to kind of understand what it is that they really and how they see themselves. So as far as my period pieces go, I do a lot of red carpet couture pieces, which are, that's what I draw a lot of my history from. I kind of, I will use my Renaissance, my love for couture fashion, and use a lot of see-through, a lot of flowy chiffon, and a lot of very fairy imagery designs to literally accentuate the woman's body, allow her to feel like I would never normally wear this, but once I put this on, I feel like I'm totally evolved into someone new. I feel like I want the world to see me. And so I try to capture that essence in all of the design. So I don't stick to a particular era. I stick to a complete picture of what I think, women, especially, women who are confident, who are trying to show the world.
Right. And your pieces definitely do, mirror that confidence that, a lot of us have, when our need even through your designs to be able to allow the world to see us a little differently, right? So that we feel more beautiful from the inside out. Again, SI Mee is SIMEE. And
Right.
and it shows true in every single piece. Now, a little background story between our relationship, Rosemarie and I. We met at OC Fashion Week, and we had a lovely time at the Island Hotel in Newport Beach. and I got to interview her there and see some of her collections at OC Fashion Week. And I know that you've done some other fashion shows prior to that. I know that you did the Las Vegas swimsuit week as well. But it was astonishing to be able to see these women, even models or not models, wear her pieces and how confident, they were portrayed. And some of the pictures that you got from that show were just very stunning.
Thank you. Well, I really just love the fact that when any woman puts on a See Me design, I find it's so easy to bring out the girl in her. She puts it on and she
Yes.
starts to twirl.
Right.
She puts it on and she just starts to like, oh my God, I look so sexy. I look beautiful. I'm covered. I would not. And the one thing I hear them say all the time, like, I would never have thought that I could look like this in a dress like this because normally I would never wear see-through clothing like this. But honestly, I'm covered and I feel comfortable. And that always does it for me because then I feel that I give them the leverage to feel confident because they don't have to think that, oh my gosh, any flaws that I may have is showing and I may still have to feel like I have to cover this area because I don't like to show the flanks in my back. I don't like to show the cellulite on my leg. And
Mm-hmm.
my garments really are made to make women feel good. I know all of us, especially mothers who have had children, and basically, we may not think our body's the same as it used to be. And I think the word cover up, because a lot of people say, are you a swimsuit cover up company? I find that the word cover up is the wrong word because I really try to have my ladies
Mm.
expose themselves in a very confident way, show themselves in a confident way.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for women these days to be putting on a big t-shirt going to the beach. You need to, you take this time to take your vacation, to have beautiful resort wear. So be comfortable, be confident, be free to feel liberated by, your own body image and your own beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to accentuate that in every garment, every color, and every design that I do.
And I love that because it's such a natural thing, right, for us to be able to do. Um, but so lazy to get there, right? I mean, we want the immediate fix. Let's go get like the latest plastic surgery done, or and
Well,
change
as
ourselves, our
I told
natural state,
Yes,
right?
as I told before, my husband is a plastic surgeon. So, being a patient care coordinator, I spent many years listening to women tell me about all body flaws and what they're not comfortable within themselves as far as their physique.
Right.
And I would explain to them, listen, retail therapy is the best surgery you can have. And
Right.
so, being able to deal with their different quirks and different things that women complain about,
Yeah.
I always fashion. I think my designs really come from that experience of being able to say, you know what, let's take the action of the insecurities that some women may have feeling, how they want to feel. And I want to help them to accentuate their body, their confidence in wearing the clothes that allow them to feel confident. And so my garments aren't just like a everyday throw something on. It's an experience. It's something that helps to liberate not only, your mind, but also, to me, it sends a message to others that, my gosh, this woman is confident and she looks
Right.
good.
Right. And you've had several years of experience leading up to this. I mean, not only the passion from when you were a child and you walking the streets of New York and how you were glam struck by the fact that they hadn't caught up to UK fashion. But you've also were a, personal shopper. And
Yes.
you had your own hair salon. And so, coupled with, a patient coordinator for a plastic surgeon's office, you've had all the intimacy that a woman can get from woman to woman, and understanding the body and the pain points of us,
Mhm.
of what we go through, and then, your expertise for your eye to be able to make these elaborate pieces. I love that is part of your story because, I mean, I've met other fashion designers that might not have that type of, experience as far as like, knowing how to shop and knowing what retail therapy is all about, but they might have that eye. And I feel like when you have that balance, it's portrayed a little differently.
It sure is. I mean, as I said, a lot of my clients, and I just wait to hear the words when they walk into the shop and they put on an outfit. I could be in another section of the building and all I hear is, yes. And I'm like, she just put on a See Me. And I can tell, And it's that yes moment that these women, I know, like, okay, there it is. She found what she was looking for, and I actually was able to tune in to what her expectations were for her designs and coming into my store today.
Right.
So, no, definitely, I try to address the woman from all angle. I try to address the woman's, the mindset, the body, and basically what it is that they want to, to help them to feel confident and feel comfortable in what they're wearing. So my experience of being a designer, a hairdresser, listen to stories of women day in, day out. And I mean, all of my life I've been around women. I have 6 sisters. So I'm really blessed to be able to be around women and actually, having an insight. At least I find it's therapy. And I use that therapy to now, design garments that I feel will also help other women. I mean, I have pieces that are not see-through. They may just be made just to accentuate your legs and your thigh. I have women that says, I don't want to show my stomach. I have those that don't want to show my back. Some I don't want to show, certain areas of their body. And there's always a piece in our SI Mee collection. And don't get it wrong, it's not just for women. I do a lot for teen and young people also.
Yeah, and I haven't been to your store though in Vegas, but I've seen a lot of your designs, and you do a really good job at creating that social content and that engagement online, which we're going to be talking about those tips here that we have for you after the break, which we're going to be taking here in just a minute. But the designs that you have, they're at an affordable price point, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I try to make it affordable for everyone. We have, my prices range anywhere from, $50 up to $5,000, depending on, the design, what I'm doing. I have people contacting me that they're doing beach weddings and they want to have a full ensemble that's just amazing, but it's still much cheaper than if you went to a bridal store and bought, a bridal dress.
Oh, what a great idea for a beach wedding with your designs. Oh, I'll have to plan that for my wedding.
Yes.
I like it because they're so unique.
And I have some people come and say they'd like a theme look for their wedding, and they want to look this way, and they want their bridesmaids to be sexy with big flowers, and it's all different. So everyone is it's their own preferences, but I really enjoy the fact that I'm able to spread out to not just the basic resort wear designs, but I also get to do a lot of beach wear pieces. And right now, I'm working with some people that basically they're all into red carpet affairs, and now I'm having a lot of people contact me for red carpet issues, and I'm just like blown away because they want something unique, something that no one else is going to have, and just it's a great feel. This is all from social media.
Yeah, all through social media. Did you guys hear that? Because that's the key point here. She's making all these connections and being able to do these amazing things. At the young age of 50, Rosemarie decided to start living her dreams. And I love pressing that issue because, as entrepreneurs, I mean, that if you're an entrepreneur at heart, whether you do it when you're in your teens or in your 30s or in your 50s, it's going to be there and it's going to pop out when it's ready. And I know that you had waited until your kids were all grown, and then your husband had helped you. A little background story: her husband had helped her, actually gave her the keys to her own boutique, and so she, ran with that idea, and here she is, now on the Skinny on Beauty show and sharing her experience and strength and hope with us. So thank you so much for, sharing that message, and being able to be an example of what a successful entrepreneur does on a daily basis. After the break, which we're going to cut to right now, you guys, we'll be talking about how to curate your social content for your fashion show and other fashion design pieces that you want to showcase on social media. We'll be right back.
Imagine what it would feel like to lose everything. Your job, your home, your family, your dignity. This has happened to thousands of the men, women, veterans, and young adults we serve at Working Wardrobes. What do we do to help? We provide career development services, life skills workshops, job skills training. We provide the perfect interview outfit, and we get clients placed in jobs. Call Working Wardrobes, 714-210-2460. Donate, volunteer, invest, hire.
When it comes to pioneers in their respective industries, we all know the Apples, Starbucks, and Trader Joe's of the world. In the realm of recruiting, Decision Toolbox is the industry's best-kept secret, with 90% of their business from referrals and repeat customers. For over 20 years, Decision Toolbox's U.S.-based team of recruiters, sourcers, professional writers, quality personnel, and tech support has perfected a Six Sigma approach to talent management. No matter the size of the project, Decision Toolbox delivers incredible results. A cost per hire less than half of what contingency firms charge, with the winning candidate presented in an average of 14 days, all with a 12-month candidate warranty. With results like that, Decision Toolbox won't be a secret for long. Visit us at www.dtoolbox.com for more information.
All right, back to Cheryl and her guest.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Skinny on Beauty. I'm your host Cheryl Hawley, and I'm here today via Skype with Rosemarie Macklin of SI Mee Collections. That's spelled SIMEE and Collections. Follow her on Instagram or Facebook. If you are just now tuning in, before the break, we were talking about some of her designs and how Rosemarie started in the fashion industry as a personal shopper, growing up, looking at, to her mom and her aunt who were divas and really glam, trend-setting individuals that inspired her to pursue her dreams at the young age of 50 and opening her first boutique in Las Vegas, Nevada. She has done Las Vegas Swim Week. She's also done OC Fashion Week and various other fine art gallery shows to premiere her designs for swimsuit wear. And we have some tips for you today. So we'll just dive right into them. They're social media marketing tips for you to curate your content online. If you're a fashion designer, you can also use these tips just if you want to create more elaborate images or engage with your audience a little bit more during your live events. Okay, so Rosemarie, let's just jump right into it. We did have a couple questions from fans, so I'll start with the fan questions. Prior to the show, some of you had tweeted in or commented on my live Facebook post about me prepping for today's show. The first question was, what social platforms should you start showcasing your designs on?
Well, I always start off with Instagram. I mean, for me, Instagram is an amazing platform because you can directly, people are, it's a great way to market, first of all, and you're meeting likewise people, and it's very current. It stays more current. You find things that basically you will not find anywhere else on Instagram, and I just think that, to me, it's a very good platform because I get a lot of clients from Instagram, and I have a lot of people inboxing me and asking me about different designs. So that would be my first choice.
Yeah, and I would have to agree, and it's funny, and I will say it, and I'm sorry, Instagram, but actually not. I kept waiting for Instagram not to be the number one, like I was like secretly rooting for Snapchat.
Yeah.
But Instagram remains number one.
Yes, yes,
Do you do any Snapchatting?
I do Snapchat, but I'm not a big Snapchatter.
Okay.
And I find that the audience is I'm not finding that audience is engaged long enough with the millennialites to be really looking at designs and shopping, avidly through Snapchat. Instagram, you will be able to put in a search, you put in swimsuit cover-ups, resort wears, and bam, there it is. You put on a video and, you have 200-300 people contact you, within a certain amount of time. So it's to me, Instagram is the top.
Yeah, and Snapchat, I will say, if you do utilize an influencer marketing platform, which we do the management for at Unite Socially for our brands, you will see some sales coming through, but the influencers are getting more expensive, so if you want to manage your own content, it's definitely, Instagram is definitely the way to go. And one of the other questions that we had from the fans was, how long before your launch do you need to have your social strategy set up?
Before your launch?
Yeah, or before a fashion show. I have a few ideas here. I guess they're actually different. Launch and fashion show are different. So let's just go for fashion show.
Okay, for a fashion show, I like to do, first of all, I like to do live videos. Once, everything live because people react a lot more to, the visual arts. And so I think, immediately as you're starting, even, as you're starting, during, and definitely after, a lot of people, I think, would engage a lot more during, for social media on that type of platform.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. Mm-hmm.
So when you say you do a lot of live video on your Instagram stories, like what do you showcase? Do you utilize all the different filters, or what do you like to use for content?
Basically, I like to do live videos. I like to show behind the scenes.
Okay.
I definitely like to show previews of the models, everyone getting ready, and then a small excerpt of the show and just the highlights. So a lot of times, because people, they don't, to me, although it's Instagram, they don't stay long enough on a post. So you've got to keep them engaged by, showing different aspects of whatever you're trying to post on Instagram.
Right. Which is why boomerang is so popular. The boomerang. Yeah, because, our attention span is getting shorter and shorter. It's already gone, and then by the time I'm saying shorter, so it's like everybody wants that instant gratification, and social media is definitely tending to that. It's so funny because my nephews they know. Even though I'm an expert in social media, I feel like they know how to get to stuff quicker than I do. I'm like, how are your fingers working so fast? Like, how did you get on there so fast?
Yes, and they know how to do all the filters, all the things, and they have it just amazing. It's just, I love it. I love the fact that, Instagram is, I'm not really as upset with Instagram because I think, any age can use Instagram.
Yeah.
And the thing about it that you can get your content directly out to your audience and people who are really interested in what you're doing. And so that's why I like Instagram so much. I mean, even right now, say for instance, which I can probably quite easily do, say the 50th person that inboxes me at SI Mee Collections on my Instagram page, I will send them their own SI Mee resort wear. So bottom line is I can throw that out there and you'll see we can see what happens. And if we, the 50th person is who will get a resort wear sent to them.
Is that an offer that you're making for the Skinny on Beauty listeners?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So
all they have to do. They have to do is like my pictures and just inbox me, and the 50th person will directly get a SI Mee Collection resort wear sent to them.
Wow, that's probably one of the best. It's not even a discount code. I can't even call it that. Freebies that we've had on this show. So you guys should definitely take advantage of that because, like she was saying, some of her collections are definitely very affordable for entrepreneurs at any level, right? If they start at $50, but they can go up to like $5,000 a piece depending on how elaborate you want it, and that's not outside of the reach of some entrepreneurs. We're very successful, and this is why I have this show, is to help you be more successful so that you can have that beach wear that, SI Mee Designs can give for you, which I'm definitely going to take part of. But go to our Instagram page, SIMEE Collections, and start liking away, and make sure that you utilize, though, the DMs so that you can be tallied in that contest in order to win one of your own design pieces. And then you can be part of one of our fans or influencers maybe online and start growing your business that way, because online collaborations are definitely the way to go. Would you agree, Rosemarie?
Definitely. And I would welcome any good influencer to contact me, as I always love to use influencers. I think they are a valued piece of the market space, and it's useful. It's, as I said, it's a new medium, but it works.
Right, and that's really what your brand is all about, right? See me for who I am, and that's what influencers are all about, is being real, being natural, being part of the movement, something that they feel passionate about, that they themselves would wear. So let's get a couple more questions in before we end the show here. How do you decide what photos to post during a fashion show?
Wow. That's difficult. That's because normally, you obviously try to find the best photographs, but if I'm doing it on a social media aspect, I try to find one that basically display what's happening at that time, the atmosphere, to let people realize you're either really missing something or you need to be here, or basically showing you and highlights in a garment that perhaps I'd call like a showstopper, that like you will not get this anywhere else. Oh my gosh, this is something brand new that just came out. And that's what probably would let me know which photographs I'd like to post.
Right, and making sure that you have the right equipment in order to get those great glamorous shots, right?
Oh,
So,
always.
yeah, I mean, the content, the quality of the lighting is very important, as you know, as a designer, to be able to capture not only the atmosphere, but the quality of the design and the material itself.
Yes. So it definitely, I mean, you have to have a good photographer. That's number one.
Yeah,
And, obviously if you're doing it almost like you're doing a Getty image picture, it has to be flawless.
right, right. And last question here. Do you think using location on your post is important?
Oh, definitely. I really do, because a lot of times, I find that, that also acts as an influencer, believe it or not, because people will like, oh my gosh, they're there, or they're at this location. And it to me, it makes people realize, the level, the steps up that you're doing, where you're going, and, literally to make you understand that, where you are is important, because sometimes your fans or people want to find out where I can find you next, where you're featuring, what is happening.
Right,
And so to me, it works.
right, right. Now, I know we didn't discuss your favorite quote, so I don't know if you have one, but if you do, think about it. If not, no big deal. But some things for you guys who are listening in and watching today to think about upcoming events for SI Mee Collections. Actually, Rosemarie is organizing her own fashion. It's a fine. Is it a fine art and fashion show for
That
what
is
recently
correct.
happened? Okay, in Las Vegas. Now, tell us about that.
Oh, yes. The community here in Henderson, Las Vegas, they've come together, and there's going to have a lot of sponsors and we're doing a big silent auction to raise funds for the charity, the Refuge for Women, which is against sex trafficking, as well as the 58 who lost their lives. We're giving back to the families, because this holiday is not going to be like any other holiday for most of these families. So Vegas Strong is really coming together and trying to help all these families, trying to make a little more light in what's happening. So our event is called The Colors of Life. That can be found on Eventbrite, Colors of Life.
Okay.
And it's November the 8th between 6 and 9 at over by Lake Las Vegas. So we're on the water, and it's going to be an amazing evening.
Oh, it
And
sounds
there's
wonderful.
so many people are going to be a part of this, and so we're looking forward to be able to give back to our community.
And then you're also going to be doing this Style and Fashion Las Vegas event that's coming up at the very end of the year. And
Yes.
then next year you will be, which I'm excited to see the photos from, the Vancouver Fashion Week.
Yeah,
That's going to be
Vancouver Fashion Week is
awesome.
be amazing. That's going to
Yeah.
be amazing. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
So
I am too.
yeah, we're gonna have a lot of things happening then. So it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to 2018.
I am too. Always love starting a new year. I think everybody does, right? I'm sure you guys were all saying yes. Thank
Definitely.
you so much, Rosemarie, for being with us. Do you have a quote that you'd like to share?
I do. I do. My quote is basically, life happens once and there's no redo. So make it happen.
Oh, I love that. I got chills. That's a good one. I love ending the show with quotes. You guys, this podcast will actually, this radio show is going to be turned into a podcast and will be up in a couple weeks. You will be able to find that on skinnyonbeauty.com, and then of course I will be doing all the press for it, and Rosemarie will be doing some press on her own channels, which is again SI Mee Collections, SIMEE. Thanks so much for tuning in today. To all my listeners, don't forget you can tweet me at Skinny on Beauty if you want to be a guest on my show. If you want some consultation or any help building your beauty, health, wellness, or fashion brand, please email me unitesocially@gmail.com. Until next time, stay beautiful, Orange County. Thanks so much, Rosemarie. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.